Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, and I am Colti Wright. Tarleton Roundup, U.S.-Mexican border issues, and a nurse in Munich charged with murder. These stories and more coming up on Texan TV News. In campus news, Tarleton held its 21st annual Roundup over the weekend, with nearly 1,500 student volunteers tackling 169 job sites. I was able to sit down with Charla Harris about her participation in Roundup and the impact she believes service opportunities like this have. Hello, I'm Colti Wright with Texan TV News, and I'm here interviewing Charla Harris about Roundup that happened this past Saturday. What was your job site?
Our job site was about 15 minutes from town. When we got there, we just sprayed windows down with water and then with Windex, and we just cleaned them up a little bit.
How did you bond with a woman or community member you helped?
Our woman was super welcoming when we first got there. She was ready to let us in. When she had food, she baked a cake. She made us jalapeno poppers. She was super helpful with providing us with everything we needed the whole time, and so I think that was super helpful in our experience for Roundup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Students continue to leave a lasting impact on this community. Kayla Lucio, the Assistant Director of Campus Outreach for Tarleton Roundup, said Roundup means to give back to a community that has given us so much. We as Tarleton Texans come to Stephenville for an education, yet don't realize the impact we have on our town. It is only fair for us to give back, and what better way than getting out into our community to do service projects and give back to those who need it the most. We are here to represent our core values, and for this one day a year, we are here to serve. In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, the annual farmers market is back at the downtown plaza in Stephenville. Kicking off a new season this Saturday, there will be locally grown plants, fruits, vegetables, grains, eggs, nuts, honey, and jellies. This event will be held on the first Saturday of every month until November from 9 a.m. to noon. Kaylee Pemberton, president of Stephenville Downtown Merchants Association, said they are inviting vendors to sign up and are excited for a new year of a great event that people enjoy. To sign up for a vendor space is $15 or $60 for the entire season. For more information on becoming a vendor, call Celeste Rates at 254-977-2553. You can start your spring season off right and come downtown and enjoy eating and shopping with your local peers this Saturday. Today's national, international, and sports news come from AP. The Associated Press reported that in El Paso, Texas, President Donald Trump threatened to shut down the southern border, which raised many concerns involving economic consequences and an uproar in the daily life of a part of the country that depends on international goods and services, as well as workers and their families. Many politicians and other businesses leaders advised that this move would stop the imports of many incoming shipments, including over $1.6 billion in goods. Economist Dan Griswold says he hopes that this threat is nothing but a bad April Fool's joke. If trade was to come to an abrupt stop, this would cripple U.S. producers, and we would all see a severe spike in food costs. There is a lot to factor in the closing of the border, including immediate layoffs due to the shortages and price increases. The crisis at the border is worsening, however, efforts to help the situation are in full swing, such as reassigning inspectors, more resources, and border authority. Now we turn to the Associated Press for a video with some of the locals and their concerns.
Las personas que viajan de igual manera, que vienen a visitar y van de regreso, y, pues, vienen muchas veces con el temor de que ya no puedan volver a ingresar a lo que es los Estados Unidos.
Do you believe the president's threat that he might close the border?
I think he might, and we were hoping that he didn't do so when we were over in Juarez and had a hard time getting back to the States, but luckily they didn't do so today.
Pues si sea de Donald Trump, pues nos afectaría bastante por el comercio y el turismo, principalmente Tijuana.
In national news, a former U.S. president who joined al-Qaeda is now jailed and seeking a shorter sentence. Mahid Khan is being held in Guantanamo Bay Detention Center after pleading guilty to murder and attempted murder in 2012. Khan is under a plea deal that said he would cooperate and testify against other Guantanamo detainees. Sentencing is expected this summer, and he faces a maximum of 19 years under the plea deal. Khan lawyers are now trying to reduce his sentence even further because of what they called harsh treatment of their client while in CIA custody. In international news, prosecutors in Munich have charged a nurse with the murder of 6 patients in his care. All of the 6 died due to the insulin injections that they did not medically need. The suspect also faces counts of attempted murder for 3 patients who survived. The insulin injections, as well as charges of robbery and fraud. Prosecutors say they have not released the name of the man they are holding for privacy reasons. He has admitted to giving his patients the insulin shots, but denies intending to kill anyone. Investigators have been looking into the case since February of 2018, when an autopsy of an 87-year-old man revealed fresh needle marks. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Politicians, business leaders, and economists say President Trump's threat to close the U.S.-Mexico border would wreak havoc with the economy. They say it would stop people who commute to work or school and block shipments of numerous goods. Los Angeles police are looking for a suspect named Eric Holder in the killing of Nipsey Hussle. At least 19 people were hospitalized after a stampede at a vigil for the rapper on Monday night. Authorities in North Dakota say 4 people were found killed inside a property management company building. Police were still searching for a suspect on Tuesday morning. The top European Union negotiator says Britain leaving the EU without a deal becomes more likely every day. He also says the EU's 27 members are now ready for Britain to exit without an agreement. Rita Foley, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports, coaches are getting ready for the big Final Four, and the fingerprints of Dick Bennett will be all over this year's NCAA tournament. The longtime former coach has connections with 3 of the 4 coaches in Minneapolis this week. And one by blood, father Dick Bennett and his son Tony will be coaching against each other in the big tournament. Tony will be leading Virginia with his father's strategy of bringing a strong defensive team to the Final Four. Auburn coach Bruce Pearl used to coach against Bennett while at Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Pearl even bought defense videotapes from Bennett. Michigan State coach from Izzo also used to work Bennett's camps. This Final Four will be exciting with 4 strong defensive teams battling for the championship title. For today's weather forecast, we turn to Channa Parvin.
This is Channa Parvin with Texan TV News. The forecast today is a high of 73 and a low of 48. It is currently 62 degrees outside and showers coming up at the end of the week.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Channa Parvin, Joseph Seaman, and Caitlin Cox. Have a wonderful day, Texans.